Take two. Let's try this once again. Good evening, everybody. I am Lou Mangello. Thanks to all of you who are joining me live. Sorry for the little technical hiccup that we have. It looks like everything is working now. If you're watching on the replay, I normally do start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern right here at WDW Radio Live. So if you are watching live, please do me a favor, grab a snack, get comfy, and invite your friends. Share this out with them over on Facebook in your favorite groups or even on the Twitter, as it were. Again, I see lots of familiar names and faces. So good to see all of you guys. Thank you for being patient with the technical hiccups this evening. Thanks to all of you who joined me last week as I was live from Social Media Marketing World in San Diego. I presented again. This was my 5th year in a row presenting, and I really talked about this, about exactly what's happening here, about you, the box people, the family, the community, and how we use together Facebook Live to not just build, but really cultivate and nurture community. You guys have created something truly remarkable here, and something that a lot of people are curious about because we've been doing this since 2007. So we've been coming on 11 years. Wow, 11 years of going live every single week. And it really is about the community that you have formed and the way this has really evolved and developed and actually gotten stronger. Even though we've gotten bigger, there still is a sense of family here. And it's one of the things I try and talk to and really teach other people to do, because the most important part of what I do is this. The podcast is the nucleus, and the blog and all that stuff is great, but the live one-on-one interaction, this real-time, unscripted kind of conversation is the thing that is most important to me. It's most exciting to me because I love not just pushing out content and then waiting for a reply. I love getting it real time and completely authentic. And that's the thing I love about it. Now we can do things like I can have you guys in on video. We can have you guys call in, which I would love to do, and lots more. So thanks to all of you who are here. Thanks to all. Let me just quickly, by a show of hands, likes, hearts, whatever it is that you do. Has anybody ever invited a friend to not just be part of the live broadcast, but more importantly, to be part of the community, which, as you know, I really want to center in a central location that I don't really think should exist on the WDW radio page. I think it needs to be in a group here on Facebook, at least for now. And it's the Box People group. And I think that is the strongest central location, because I like groups better because everybody's voice is equal. You don't have to wait for a page admin to start a conversation. You can start talking about anything and everything that you want, post pictures, share comments and questions. And really, again, I say this all the time, I just sort of built the clubhouse. You guys are the ones that populate it, and I want us all to have an equal voice. That's why I like the Facebook group so much. So do me a favor. If you're not a member of it, please come and join. Anybody and everybody is welcome. More importantly, I'd love for you to please help spread the word. Invite one or more of your friends. I say this all the time. I don't want every Disney fan. I want the right Disney fans. I want those of us that are like-minded. I think we become magnets for the kind of people that we want to attract. That's why the community has continued to grow, has been so strong, and feels more like a family than it does a group of people that like a show, a person, a brand. I think I just saw Jerry Applegate pop in there. I hope you are doing well. I don't have my glasses on, but I hope you are doing well, brother. It was good to see you. Scott Otisberg. Scott Otis is in here. Jim O, you're always one of the very first, man. I appreciate that. Somebody says, am I a boxer? Am I boxing? Wow, I'm way behind on my, I don't think you're a box person. I think we like to sort of call it, you're sort of a box person, part of the box people. Call yourself whatever you like. So yeah, Chris Banna, it's nice to see you as well. Courtney, yes, I've got my Spidey shirt on to match my my wall of Spidey that's growing, by the way. I've got some cool stuff I want to start hanging in the next couple of weeks. I'm always excited when they push up the release date for Infinity War. If you are a Marvel fan or play one on TV, you should be very excited about this film, which is going to change the landscape of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in a dramatic way. Julie Trandiley, thank you. I love my Spidey wall. You can see I've got a few more things I've got to hang, and with MegaCon coming up in just a few weeks, I'm super excited to add to my collection. And those of you, and I know one of you does not necessarily want to be named, who sent me a cool Spidey thing, which will make it onto the wall. Thank you very much. I really, really do appreciate it. Let's all go see it at Disney Springs as a meet. Cody, I'm with you, man, because you know I'm going to be seeing this at least more than 5 times. So maybe we will do that. Maybe we'll set up a box people meet. Probably maybe we'll give it a week or so or a couple of days and go see it during the week. Maybe what we'll do is we'll go see it on a Wednesday, right before or right after the live show. Maybe we'll go eat, meet, watch it, and then talk about it, or vice versa. Somebody remind me of that when April comes around and it's time to do that. So, Keith Groshitz, I know, man, I was away last week. I promise, look at me in the eyes. I promise your mystery box is going to go out because you obviously were the winner again of the WDW Radio Alaskan Adventure logo contest, and I'm stalling to see if I have. Do I have it? It's right there. It's in the it's the third from the top, and that is in our WDW Radio store, which, as you can see, has a ton of very cool curated designs of not just Disney and WDW Radio stuff, but Marvel and Star Wars and a little bit of other geeky goodness as well. So, Martin from the United Kingdom, good to see you as well. Your Majesty, Becky Mencken from MEI and, hey now, of MEI and Mousefan. There you are. Oh, I'm going to get this right one day. MEI and Mousefan Travel. I wanted to do it this way instead. There you go. Oh, and I just killed my own logo. Look at you doubling up with logos here. Always good to see you as well. And Becky, I think for the first time in forever, you know about some secrets that everybody else doesn't. Usually it's the other way around. So we've got a secret coming up for this spring. We got a secret coming up for next spring. And of course I got other secrets I still haven't told you about, but, yeah, busy. Good stuff coming up. And, for those of you who have been to Momentum in the past, stay tuned. So Disney, Ken says we need Disney Social Club jackets. It's like Lou's Boxing Club. If they had jackets like the T-Birds from Greece, never mind. I've said too much. So yes, we will get on the phone. Just let me know when you could make some time for me. So, John Jones, brother, you are very, very welcome. So will I reveal the special secrets tonight? No. I can't. I will be revealing some special secrets. How do I describe this? So, for those of you who have been to Momentum in the past, I have a little surprise for you guys tomorrow. For those of you who are members of the WDW Radio Nation, you guys will always get first crack at and sort of first notice of some things as they come up. As they say in American Express, membership does have its privileges, by the way. So this is where I'm supposed to have a Nation logo. There it is. So if you want to join the WDW Radio Nation as an added bonus and benefit, in addition to all the cool stuff that you get every single month, I'm looking forward to our group video call tomorrow night. You guys also get first crack at events and things like that. I don't know if a members only jacket, is exactly where I want to. Lou's Pink Ladies says Caitlin. Lou's Pink Ladies said no one ever. Stuart says Stephanie is being mean. No being mean. We are never mean to each other here. Terry Stinson Doherty, always nice to see you. And our late night messaging. I wonder who fell asleep actually first late last night. I was up late, going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, trying to juggle lots of stuff. I got a lot of things going on. Some stuff is so new, it didn't even make it onto the board, let alone the things that are on the board that I still have to get working on. So Stan Solo, you are a good man, Charlie man. I got a couple more WDW t-shirts yesterday. Have more WDW tees than Star Wars ones. You actually have it designed in the logo shop. Is it on? Oh, it's not on the screenshot here. But Stan Solo designed a shirt, obviously a Star Wars themed shirt, which is in there as well. David Potts wants to know if Nation members are going to get early access to the grease tape when it gets released. I think so. I think it'll probably be released. What I think we should do is I think we should have a showing like at my wake. I think that's the appropriate time to show it, because I don't, other than From the Great Beyond, I won't hear the mocking laughter of all the things that I did in that performance. So John Jones still has his Blue Zone jacket from Chess King. I thought I was the only guy who shopped the Chess King. John Jones, we just bonded. Stuart Boyles just ordered my Lou Sent Me shirt from the Boathouse. And somebody went to Boathouse tonight, said Lou sent me, and although the server either feigned knowing what that person was talking about or actually did. So, Cody Pierce says, release the tape. I don't know, man. That's Christopher Stank says, the grease tape showing after Infinity War. It's like the post credits bonus scene after Infinity War. So, Lisa's was not the actual tape. That was not the actual, that was absolutely not the actual grease tape. So, let me go back here and catch up a little bit. But, Mary Wald had your surgery. Hopefully you are feeling better. I know that is tough stuff, but you are going to, you went to Boathouse. It was the best. I haven't been to Boathouse in weeks, actually. Ciao, Maria Raboli. I'm sending you so much love in lots of different ways, and hashtag can't wait. That's all I'm going to say is hashtag can't wait. So, Jerry Applegate, look at you with your eyes. That is actually, because you asked, this is, and you can see why I didn't date. This is actually my Star Trek communicator. This is probably from 76, 77, and it still works. It still works. Batteries still work, and it's in pretty decent condition for being 40 years old. Man, this thing got a lot of, I couldn't actually call girls on this, obviously, but man, I thought I was the coolest kid in my house because I didn't really go out very much. But anyway, I didn't actually talk to anybody on the other end, but I had a lot of fun talking to myself, which is kind of what I do here, but at least there's people responding. So, Jerry, I hope you're doing well, man. The Boathouse will forget. The Boathouse never forgets. The Boathouse never forgets. And I know the Boathouse will never forget, because part of the reason why I went to Boathouse last time was because I'm getting it right finally, because I had to go and eat the baked Alaska for the article that I did for People Magazine. Thanks to all of you who have been so incredibly kind, not just with your messages and kind words, but everybody who has been sharing this out. There is a link to it on my profile on the Facebook page and in the group, where it actually wasn't 10 hidden gems. It was supposed to be 10 hidden gems. I think, and I sent them 15. So, this is my first in a series of articles actually for People Magazine. So thanks to all of you for your kind words and, going out to take I ate a lot of food in a really short amount of time. I had to turn this article around pretty quickly. So I was literally running from park to park and resort to resort most of the time by myself, ordering food and having to eat it. So there was many times I said, this is so much better than being a lawyer. So I was pretty excited. So, I'm curious, for those of you who have read the piece, how many of those items you have actually tried. And I think what I'm going to do is the next meet of the month, which I believe I have scheduled for March 22nd, 24th, is going to be at one of the locations mentioned in that article. So we're going to go and we'll have some fun together, because it's got a, so Maria Raboli says, with great food comes great responsibility as I pick up my Spider-Man service. That's true. It was It was a tough job, but somebody had to do it, and gosh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I gained a lot of weight in about 6 days, and I didn't finish it all. That's not true. I finished most of it. So, Father Christopher says, "What a tough life, Lou. Do you hear that? It's the world's smallest violin play." Listen, I'm not looking for sympathy. I am excited and I am blessed and grateful that I get to do that, and I get to do that because of you. So I appreciate all of you. And I say this at the end of the show because I mean it. You have all given me the most incredible life in the world simply by virtue of you guys being here. So thank you. Craig Hotnick says, Sanaa bread service is life. Whoops, wait a minute. Sanaa bread service is life. Craig, I agree. And I like Sanaa bread service at specific, like I like Sanaa bread service late night, early evening, mid-afternoon, any time after breakfast, between the breakfast and breakfast is any time I like Sanaa bread service. But David Potts says, if I ever become Catholic, the first thing I mention in confession is staying at the Polynesian, but I've still yet to try Tonga toast. If you need help with that, by all means, please, let me know. Julie Trandali from thelittlekitchen.net. By the way, who is killing it? I will not say some of the recent things that have happened, but if you think my People magazine article was cool, Julie has beaten that in spades. And if you want to not only see really good foods, but learn how to make them and see some beautiful pictures, go to thelittlekitchen.net. Just search for it. You'll find it. She's huge on the gram, on the Instagram, and she's a nice person too. So, Ali Miller, who I also love, by the way, from Chad Miller Auto Care, says Kona Cafe is a favorite. The Seven Seas Samoan, though. THO. I agree with you. I actually have a tough time sometimes picking out what to eat. When I interviewed Tom Nabby a couple of weeks ago, quick, shameless plug. When I interviewed Tom Nabby a couple of weeks ago, we met at the Polynesian, and I knew we were going to become fast friends. We had met before, but he wanted to have lunch first, and we ate at Kona Cafe, and I'm like, is it too soon? Isn't in our relationship to to reach over and grab food out of his plate? I thought about it. I thought about trying to do halvesies with him, but I didn't want to, push my luck right off the bat. Ricky DJ Technoid Reed, I hope you are doing well, brother. I am thinking about you and praying for you always, man. And I cannot wait to see you here in the world. We're going to eat so much when you get down here. So you better bring some super duper stretchy pants. Call me on your Star Trek communicator and we can sort of go over it. I don't know why I just picked it up like a phone because that's not exactly how the communicator worked. But anyway, Michelle Sinney, how are you? Martin loves Kona Cafe. Great company the last time we were there. I love the fact that I think all of you are potentially big foodies. So Christine Kronowski said, I listened to that podcast on my drive home today. Listen, I could have talked to him for hours. He's so fascinating, has such great stories. But whatever. I'll tell you. I won't tell you who, but I will tell you that the other day I interviewed somebody, and I think it'll be this week's show. I'm going to post it probably on Sunday. I'm going to post it as early as I can, probably on Sunday or Monday. I interviewed somebody that I didn't realize I waited 40 years to interview. And I will only put this out that I only wish I had more time. Wish I had more time with this person, because when you hear who he is, you will understand the scope and the breadth of his career. We could have gone for 2 hours. I actually went longer than I was supposed to. They told me I had 10 minutes. I made it about a half hour. I just kept on going. But I would have loved to have just gotten the guy in the room and chatted with him. And you might almost hear a quiver in my voice at the beginning because of how excited I was to talk to this person. So I am being deliberately cryptic because I want you guys to tune in. More importantly, I say it all the time. One of the best ways that you can help is by sharing. So if you like an episode, look, it's one thing for me to share it out and reach all of you. I need you. I'm taking off my glasses for effect. I need you to share it with your friends. You don't know how vital that is, not just to getting more people to listen, but to share the stories, to share the information, and I think hopefully invite more people into this community. There's plenty of room on the couch. I bought extra snacks for the fridge, so the more the merrier. Let's see. Discussion of food makes you think of the bread pudding. I like the fact that you're thinking about foods. So cryptic. I know, Courtney, I can't say it. I am literally not allowed to say who it is yet, but stay tuned. Did the person I interviewed have a large earring? Unfortunately, I had to interview this person over the phone. So I will only tell you that it is a he, and that's it. Take the glasses off slowly and turn towards the camera. The person I interviewed for this week's show is, I can't tell you. But I was excited. I nerded out, and I was a little sort of happy and weepy and all that kind of stuff. This is my second camera resting tonight. Still have the second camera going, but that I hate seeing it because I know that box right there is for Keith Groshans. I haven't sent it out. And that shirt right there is last week's prize winner's shirt. So it is going out, I promise. Probably tomorrow. I've got lots of shipping and stuff to do. There's only one of me. I'm going doing the best that I can. So, but let me catch up and see here. When does Food and Wine start? I think it's going to start like end of September again. Is it the maker of Beverly? It's better. Man, I want to say it's better than the maker of Beverly. I will tell you that this is somebody whose work I have admired and has positively impacted me since I was a kid, like decades and decades. So you'll see. And hopefully, again, I had to sort of go through my questions in my mind quickly because there was so much I wanted to get to, and I had to sort of get from point A to point Z very quickly, skipping a lot of letters in between in sort of the storytelling journey that I wanted to take him through. But we got to some of the good stuff, and I think and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So Christopher's saying, I would love to interview Stan Lee. I would love, and look, for those of you who are comic book fans, you know Stan Lee's health is unfortunately very poor right now, and I may never get that chance, which is part of the reason why I do these interviews, because these guys, look, guys like Tom Nabby, he's no spring chicken. The Alice Davises of the world, the Richard Shermans of the world, are not going to be around forever. So I do these interviews, one, because I'm a fan first, because I want to hear their stories. I want to talk to these people and meet these people. But there's something about capturing their stories in their own voice. It's one thing to pick up a book and read it, but you can't hear the emotion. You can't hear the passion. You can't hear the laughter or the tears or anything else in a written interview. And to hear them tell stories in their own voices was fascinating. So for those of you who are guessing, you are all incorrect. I've actually interviewed Bob Gurr before, I think twice. I think I interviewed him once on a live show, and I think I interviewed him for the show in person at the Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet. So, but I agree, Fred. The interviews, I left this thing up there. The interviews are important for the history of Disney World. Look, I believe you're right. And that's part of the reason why I do it, is because I want to capture these and be able to, more importantly, share those with other people. Dave Levin is at the Polynesian right. Dude, you're at the Polynesian right now. If you could bring me a big bowl of those noodles from Ohana and or some sushi and a Dole Whip and a flatbread, I would really appreciate. I'm famished, by the way. I am famished, but we have not started Scott Otis says, me sharing. Hey, everybody, the radio show is awesome, and I recommend it highly. I just finished show 106. I'm on show 107. Scott, you only have 400 shows more to go before you're actually caught up. And I think if you try really, really hard, you could do it like by tomorrow, like really hard. Jimmy Styles is in the box. Holy smokes. It's true what they say in that song. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. I think that's the only extra lyrics in the entire song. Well, it's nice to see you, Jimmy Styles and Scotty Otis. Blast from the past. Jethro McElroy, always nice to see you. Somebody who's inspired Lou since he was a child. It is not the oldest cast member at the ice cream shop. It is, I will say this. You will probably never guess it. You'll probably never guess it until you hear this person's name. And then you'll be like, oh, now I get it. Now I get it. Iggy Torres, I have not forgotten about you and my promise to buy you coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. Hit me up on Messenger. We will make this happen. So Diane wants to know, who am I looking over to? Diane, there's actually nobody there, but I need to feel as though there's a co-host, a studio audience, something. So the only thing that I have is, oh, you can't see it. There's a, let me do this. Hang on. There is a Peter Pan on the door. So that's kind of the person that I guess I'm chatting to. But other than that, there's nobody there. So, Kyle and Fossil. Wow. Kyle and Fossil Verheller says, hi, Ryan. Ryan, what's going on, brother? Where are you from and what are you doing? More importantly, Donald Nicholson wants some Canadian cheddar cheese soup. Tonight's a good night for it here in Florida. It's freezing outside. It's like 70 degrees. So it's a good, I almost did this from outside. I almost did this from the remote studio, which is the Lanai. So, Joseph Vigliotti cheese bread, Brazilian cheese bread. By the way, I have not been to Flower and Garden yet. Time is a ticking. Time is a ticking. Stephen Williams, all the Spideys are on the wall, brother. Yeah, man. I love me some Spider-Mans. I got a couple more that I need to hang, and another one that just came in from we'll call this person a mystery donor who sent a very cool Spider-Man thing. Maria Rivoli, get down here fast. If you hurry your little feet up, you could make it here for Flower and Garden. Food and Wine is the same thing, just with prettier flowers. So, Annie Longley, I am always in the mood for a Satuli can. Freezing, I'm going to say it to people, it's a relative freeze. You know, just like the people in Antarctica going 33 degrees, that's the middle of summer. It's a relative freeze. So 60s here, kind of like freezing. Father Christopher says, I need a co-host for Wednesday nights. That's true, although I would probably have to dress nicer if I had I had actually thought, well, never mind, because that still might actually happen. There was something I was thinking about doing for the show at one point, but who knows? We'll have to see. I need a bigger office for the awesome memorabilia. Actually, Christine Tilsley Morrison, on one hand, I agree because there's a lot of stuff still in the closet. There's a ton in the garage. But I will let you know ahead of time, I am in a going back to this idea of purging, and I'm going to start auctioning off more of my stuff, including a few of the things here, maybe even up there. Going to start auctioning them off soon, so stay tuned. There's more. Scott Otis says I can come over in 5 minutes. You could probably be here in 2 because you are still probably outside in my bushes. And if while you're out there, if you could rake them, I need a new landscaper, by the way. John Delancey, it's good to see you again, brother. I hope you are doing well. Jason Miller, I am still purging on eBay. I haven't had an auction up in a while, but that is about to change quickly. Nick Butt says, dress nicer? At least I'm not. Yes, the Alaska onesie is waiting to go to Alaska. You know who else is waiting to go to Alaska? This guy. You know who else can't find his Alaska logo? This guy. I've got Wakanda. I've got people. I've got, whatever. We're going to Alaska March, April, May, June. Like less than 4 months. Less than 4 months. That's crazy. Jamie Hecker, it's good to see you. The selfie coming in tomorrow. I better see it, brother. I bet. Listen, I will haunt you. I actually, my second mastermind call last night, I had somebody else, I tasked her to do something, and I told her she needed to be off her computer by 11:30, and I was up till midnight texting and calling her to make sure she got off. So, accountability is, it's what it's about. So I want to see that picture tomorrow. 103 days, says Dave Rashoni. Man, I can't wait. The people, the atmosphere, the ship, the food, the snacks, the desserts, the breakfast, and all that other Alaska stuff too. I just can't. I cannot wait. It was Beatrice Feeney. You're excited for Alaska? I would never know. I could never know by your tweets and your posts and all that kind of stuff. How do I not have my Alaska? No, that's not it. I don't have my Alaska logo. You can see I was running very late. By the way, Martin Shergold, in his best UK accent, says, great show this week, Becky. Brill. I agree. It's always a pleasure having Ms. Mankin, if you're nasty, on the show, and answering emails in person with beignets is even better. For those of you like Brett Meeks that are trying to guess who my guest is this weekend, I am not going to answer. So I'm going to start texting my side comments. It's harder to ignore me. Don't do that. Listen, the comments go by very, very quickly, and I'm doing the best that I can all by myself. So have fun, Alaska, everybody. Christine, so even though you can't be with us, I promise you I'm going to share as much as I can via live once we are there and on board the ship, because I want you and to share in that experience with us. Excuse me, as much as you possibly can. There's nothing like actually being there, but it is spectacular. And Debbie Butney, listen, I said it in the Nation group or the Box People group. I literally, there was a salty tear that streamed down my face when I saw the trailer for Christopher Robin. So I want a show of hands, and by show of hands I mean responses. Which of the two movies that we had trailers for this week are you most excited to see? Mary Poppins Returns or Christopher Robin? I will tell you that my answer, far and away, is Christopher Robin. So Maria lost it, ugly cry in 0.001 seconds. I did. When that little bear popped up from behind, I felt it, like right here. And it wasn't just like a welling up of the eyes. Like there was a tear. Look, I think Mary Poppins is the perfect film, right? It's my favorite Disney film, non-animated, which is Peter Pan. It's one of those films that certainly should never be remade, but it almost didn't need anything else. It lives on its own perfectly. Obi-Wan is Christopher Robin, so Obi-Wan Kenobi, meet Winnie the Pooh. That's what I heard in my head when I saw them meet each other. Whereas we've never sort of seen the live action, we've never seen the story of Winnie the Pooh. For those, look, and I am a Winnie the Pooh fan. Where is he? Wait a second. So this is actually a Winnie the Pooh from United Kingdom. You know why? Because I think we shop at the same store. We were both short, fat, and proud of that, which is why that's my profile picture on Facebook. So it's a completely new way to tell that story that maybe not everybody knows. I'm nervous, and although as trusting as I am about Disney, I'm nervous because I want Mary Poppins to sit on it. Look, I want to be blown away, and I want to cry, and I want to love that film, and I want those two to live together like Godfather 1 and 2, not 3 because it doesn't really exist. It's like the Star Wars prequels. But I want Mary Poppins and Mary Poppins Returns to be I want it to be so good that it lives alongside of the original Mary Poppins. That is a tall, tall order. So for me, I am more excited about seeing Christopher Robin than I am Mary Poppins Returns. So, and Terry, listen, when that voice came over. I think that's what did it. It was one thing to see him. It was another thing to hear him. And it shows the power of these characters and these voices that are ingrained in us. So Father George says, it was Winnie the Pooh who led me to visiting Walt Disney World. Look, when he was running for mayor of Main Street against Captain Hook, I was stuffing the ballot box. I mean, it was only like 6 back then, but, I love Winnie the Pooh. I love the character. I love the story. So it is the one that I am looking forward to. And, I think it's going to be a good tearjerker. It's going to be a good tearjerker. So, but that being said, I am looking forward to Mary Poppins Returns. I will say that, I don't know. Obviously, I know the name Lin-Manuel Miranda. I have never seen a lot of the stuff that he has done, but I'm curious. Do I ever think Walt planned for Return of Mary Poppins? It was never something I think that was talked about, especially because of how difficult it was to make that film, because of P.L. Travers and the difficulty that they had. Walt never wanted to follow Pigs with Pigs. That was a Waltism, so I don't know if that was ever... Look, the story that we saw in the original Mary Poppins was a very small segment of the chapters in the series of books that Travers wrote. So it was sort of a best of the book, but there are obviously lots of other tales to be told. So I don't know where this fits in terms of being a original content made just for the film, or some of those stories that were taken out of the early Travers books. So yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda was involved in Moana music, which is incredible. I loved Moana. I actually loved, well, never mind. You don't want to hear me sing. You don't want to hear me sing those songs in my car, but I did, and I did a lot. So, Stan Solo, I have a feeling Winnie the Pooh is not going to be, he will be the anti-Ted in this movie, as well. So, Ryan Starliper, I believe the meat of the month, I'll take a quick look at my calendar. I believe the meat of the month is going to be on Saturday, the 24th. I'm just double checking something on my schedule, and it will most likely be in a location that I mentioned in the People Magazine article. So if you've read the People Magazine article, you will know that it'll at least narrow down to one of 10 or 11, maybe 12 places that it might be. So, Joey Davidson, I've never read A Wrinkle in Time. I am not familiar with that story really at all. So that is going to be completely new for me. So Judy says maybe this Mary Poppins movie will pay for the new monorails like the original movie did. I think there's a lot of other things that Mary Poppins needs to pay for. There's a whole lot of stuff going on here that needs some money behind it. There's a lot of things that are coming. There are a lot of things that are, and I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I don't mean to be deliberately vague, but I have to. But there's a lot more coming that's very much not on the radar. It is going to come out of what is going to seem like left field when this stuff is announced. There is more to come. There is more to come. It's not just Toy Story. It's not just Star Wars. It's not just Epcot. There's a lot of stuff that's coming to this park and these parks that I think are going to make some people very, very happy. And I think that is as detailed as I can get without giving away too much. So, look at Debbie Buttme referencing the secret menu. I wonder if you may or may not be right. So, Mike Ruffin just left his first Boathouse visit. Michael, talk slowly and tell me everything that you had while you were there. So, do I think it'll be odd to take my plush poo to the movie? The only reason why it would be odd for me is because it's going to interrupt my popcorn and drink eating, setup. I have it all laid out perfectly, and that will just get in the way and probably get a little dirty as well. So, Am I going to Disneyland to research another quest for 2019 D23? You never know what I have planned or where. Let's put it that way. Christine, I can't give you details. I can't give you details yet. As we get closer, because it's not for me to reveal these things. I am not that guy. I don't want to ever be the guy who spoils something for you or certainly for Disney. I want them to reveal the information when it's appropriate, and then we can talk about it. So, Stephanie Perry Bullock, always nice to see you as well, with or without donuts. So we need to eat one of these days. We have to have another girls' day without the without all that running stuff. So, Becky, there's still dinner at Napa Rose waiting. Listen, you buy, I'll fly. It's supposed to be the other way around, but you know what I mean. So, I'll make it. Listen, you fly me out to Disneyland and we go eat at Napa Rose and we'll review it together for the show. Me and you, mano a mano. Just trying to get out to Disneyland again. Let's see. Let me see. So many rolls, wedge salad, and the coconut shrimp with the orange chili sauce. So I like that. But listen, you did two things somewhat incorrectly. So I need to take you under my wing, young man. Don't eat all the rolls are delicious because they've got all that sort of butter on them, and the wedge salad is beautiful and tasty, and I love a wedge salad. But at Boathouse, you don't want to fill up on that stuff. You want to leave room for the main stuff, lots of meats and cheeses and carbs and all that kind of good stuff. Don't fill up on the fluff. You got to save it for the main course. You got to save it for the good stuff. So I will take you under my wing, and we will make that happen. So. We need a birthday dinner. I'm in. Girls weekend. This guy. I'm one of the girls-ish. Let's see. No more food reviews. You keep killing foods. Jamie, I will tell you, I still have one in the queue that I have not released because I'm afraid. But I hope that the poutine and the Nutella waffle is here to stay. Do I have my Nutella waffle graphic up? Let's see. Have you guys seen, better yet, not have you seen the waffle video, but have you shared the waffle video? That's the important part. Let's see, where is my, no, that's not it, but I'll use this one anyway. So yeah, there's the Sleepy Hollow Nutella waffle, which is good stuff. So, Sophia says, wow, I haven't seen Sophia in ages. What is she now? College? Married? It's been that long, Scotty Otis. Let's see. When will Tron be finished? Darlene Nagy from West Seneca, New York, where I hope it's not too awfully cold and snowy. I believe they haven't given a time, but I'm thinking late 2019, somewhere around there. Joseph says, I listened to the live food reviews and end up getting to work starving. I warn you guys ahead of time not to listen hungry. Liz Meeks, I love the Meeks. I love all the Meeks individually and collectively, and that little Meeks running on the treadmill, logoed up, by the way. Good stuff, man. Gio says, what's up? I would do a what's up, but he would not know the reference. Like the Budweiser commercial. Stan Soul says, pro tip, ask the cast member to put whipping cream on your Nutella waffle. So I actually am on the other side of that coin. I don't like to take away from the sweet and the creaminess because sometimes you put too much whipped cream and it takes away the yumminess of that Nutella and the way it sort of flows in with those juicy strawberries and the sponginess of the waffle. I need a Nutella waffle stat. If somebody could make that happen. Magic Kingdom is so far away. So far away. So... Annie Longley said, when Tron's done, it will blow Flight of Passage out of the water. You know, I think you can make an argument to that. I love the Tron attraction when we went out to China, but I think what it's going to do, like a lot of what's coming, is it's going to thin the herd a little bit. It'll sort of spread the herd out a little bit. Because not everybody's a roller coaster person, and they'll see the Tron attraction and say, I can't do that. I don't like coasters. It doesn't go upside down, but you know, you're in a certain position and it is a roller coaster, but I think it'll be a nice way to balance that because it's not there's lots of big stuff that's coming. So of what we know, you've got Pandora, you've got Guardians of the Galaxy, you've got Tron, you've got that other thing that's coming that's really going to spread people out. Father Christopher just said, love me Nutella waffle. If you somehow kill this, I will track you down. I think I was just threatened by a man of the cloth. That's not something that hasn't happened since high school. No, it might have happened once in college too. Almond butter and Nutella warm croissant. Bam, drop the mic. Maria, it's not that I don't believe you, but maybe you'll have to introduce me to that the next time you come down here. So, like Kyle and Fossil, I'm just going to call you Kyle, says, Flight of Passage, eek! How can it get better than that? Kyle Ann, I agree. Flight of Passage, I mean, if you're sort of taking attractions on an individual standalone basis, I think Flight of Passage is tough to beat for me personally, in terms of overall immersive themed experience. That might be it. That might be it. So when do they remove Pandora to replace it with Wakanda? I don't know that Pandora gets removed, but I would not be surprised. If you see Wakanda. And that's why I asked you this last week or the week before, with the success of Black Panther, and what I think this land can offer in terms of experiences, I would not be surprised to see not just this character, but this land or some sort of reference to Wakanda coming to a Disney park near you. Maybe not near you. Anyway, we'll see. Scott McLean says, I think Wakanda is going to be in Epcot. So let's play devil's advocate, Scott. Epcot purists love their Epcot. There are some who do not like Guardians of the Galaxy being there. So, and I want you to respond to this, all of you collectively and individually. How would you feel about Wakanda going into World Showcase, a fictional country based on a Marvel film, Marvel comic book? How would you feel about that going into World Showcase? Scott Otis says, honestly, Mangello, rank these: Shanghai Pirates, Flight of Passage, Mystic Manor. It's easy. Scott, it's easy. Shanghai Pirates, Mystic Manor, Flight of Passage. Mystic Manor was the most incredible attraction I had seen until I rode Pirates. I will tell you that Flight of Passage gave me an emotional response. Shanghai Pirates did as well. I talk about that reveal of the two galleons. Like, and people who were with me, I don't know if anybody from that trip who was in the boat with me, they commented on my verbal reaction, which was completely authentic. The things that I said were just, I was amazed. And it was a different sensation than what I got from Mystic Manor, where I was laughing and I was having fun and I was just enjoying the technology, and Flight of Passage, which gave me an emotional reaction a different way as well. So a lot of people, as I'm sort of, it takes a minute or so, a lot of people are resounding no Conda, no, it's fictional, don't put it in World Showcase, nope. So some people, and I've heard this when I posted the question online, Wakanda should go in Animal Kingdom, which is where I had asked if that would be appropriate. I think it would fit better in Disney's Animal Kingdom. Trisha says could be their way to introduce Africa into Epcot. Wait, somebody had said, let me go back. Oh my, because I'm still catching up on Nutella stuff as well. Africa is a pavilion, kinda-ish. Wakanda doesn't belong in Epcot. Wakanda Lab in Epcot versus World Showcase. So could you have a technology pavilion in Future World based on the tech of Wakanda and make it an educational thing? Possibly. Deidre says, I enjoy Epcot as an educational time on our vacation. No fiction needed in World Showcase. Deirdre, are you okay with fiction, i.e. Guardians of the Galaxy and Finding Nemo and Figment and Mission Space and everything else? Are you okay with fiction in Future World, just not in World Showcase? Open up some more land behind Africa and put Wakanda there. It would make a ton of sense to be able to go through some sort of portal to it. Cody, that's why I asked. I think that Wakanda makes sense in Disney's Animal Kingdom. There's clearly a consistent messaging there. It is in Africa, which is obviously represented in Disney's Animal Kingdom, so it could fit in, although it's fictional like Pandora, it could fit in the Africa section of Disney's Animal Kingdom, and there is a lot of land, really. There's a lot of land for them to build back there. So I would love to see it. Look, there's a lot of reasons why I would like to see that. I'd like to see Wakanda in the parks, and I'd like to see it in Disney's Animal Kingdom. I'd like to see it in Animal Kingdom more than I'd like to see it at Epcot. It would make more sense there for me. So, John Jones, look, I just want Horizons back, he says. That's all. He's a simple man. All he wants is Horizons. Melanie Jones says, I think Wakanda's going where River Country was. Look at you, Melanie Jones. Interesting. Very interesting. Ian Billingham, nice to see you as well. The historic part of Africa and a sprinkle of Wakanda in Epcot. Look, I just want to see more Marvel in the parks. I know it's coming. I believe it's coming. I'm wishing that it's coming. Spidey wishes it was coming. I think it's coming, but I don't know that it'll be in Epcot. I think we're going to see it in a number of different. Kyle Ann, I don't remember seeing you in here before, but we're bonding a lot tonight. Now that you're saying things like bring back 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I'd have to get my portal out of storage and do something with that somewhere. What about incorporating more of Coco in the Mexico Pavilion? Scott, obviously there's stuff there now. There was stuff there during Festival of the Arts. I would not be surprised to see more of that coming into that pavilion on a more permanent basis. I think a little sprinkling of a Coco inside the pavilion itself, it sort of feels right to be in that nighttime bustling marketplace, which I think was represented numerous times throughout the Coco film. So, let me see. Let me catch up back here. John Fulton says a park of all Marvel would be awesome. I agree, but I don't know that you will see the building of a true fifth gate anytime soon. The cost, maybe this is a topic for conversation on the show one night, but the cost of building a fifth gate is astronomical in terms of prepping the land, building the infrastructure. There's a lot that goes into it, not the least of which is populating it with cast members. There's a lot. That's a very, very longer term strategy. You're not going to see a fifth gate in the next, number of years. When you see expansion in places like Tokyo and elsewhere, there's a lot that goes into that, and there's a lot of dollars that has to be invested in that. So, Disney Springs and all that food is my fifth gate. Cody Pierce, I'm with you, brother. I believe, and in as a local especially, that is our feeling. We visit there as if it's a park, and we go there more often than we do the actual theme parks. So, Marvel, there's really a Marvel land in my office. There's a lot of Marvel stuff going on in here. I got to spread some of this stuff out. That's why I'm going to sell, I think, some of the stuff that's on the shelf. Some of these collectibles that I have back here are eventually going to make it onto the eBay too, including I have way too many books here and in storage that haven't even made it out. So, but somebody says love the 20,000 Leagues. They should make 20,000 Leagues a transportation option, maybe across Bay Lake. So Keith, the problem with 20,000 Leagues was and continues to be, and still is actually in Disneyland, is the throughput on this non-ADA accessible attraction is very, very, very slow. You fit 22 people or 32, whatever it was, in the submarines. Very, very slow loading. A lot of difficulties with that. So it's difficult to do something like that. So Amber Bramble, there are Spider-Man comics over here. So that is my that's my signed Stan Lee Spider-Man 700. That is a painting of Spider-Man. That's you might know that cover over there. There's a couple holographic covers and stuff on there. I still have a bunch of stuff that I still have to put up there too. Aaron King, there's absolutely a Marvel podcast coming soon. Dave Rashona, you did see a Stranger Thing light. That is right up there. My daughter made that for me for Christmas last year, 2 years ago. Without Christmas, my birthday, I cried my little eyes out. So, how do I think the Chinese ban on the word Disney will affect the park or Disney's future in China? I don't. Look, there's ways around stuff like that. We'll see if it actually comes to pass. It's not going to prevent the Chinese or foreign tourists from visiting that. Will it potentially affect the Chinese ability to consume it via social media? Yeah, but people are smart. There's ways around that. You can, change a letter here, do something there, and they'll be able to get the content out that they want. So, without getting on a tangent, it's amazing some of the things that we take for granted, right? Being able to talk about things like Disney without worrying about, being censored, and there was some, if you read the article, there were a lot of other words and phrases that are censored for a lot of, other reasons. Again, I'm not familiar with Chinese politics, nor do I care to be, but, could you imagine if we weren't allowed to say Disney on social? I probably wouldn't be here. John Jones is collecting the Stranger Things Funko Pops. My daughter wanted the stupid Steve Funko Pop, and I found it at a comic book store, and they wanted like $130 for it. You'll be fine without it. Your collection looks fine just without it. So, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He also said, Lou, learned so much about Walt Disney World through your podcast and Facebook. Can't wait to go and hoping to move to Central Florida from Alaska. Whoa. I love me some Alaska. Going in just a few weeks, and I am going to be doing a Moving to Disney podcast. There are a lot of people who have moved to Disney that we are going to. I will get together to talk about the how, when, where, and how to move to Florida. All the cool kids and me are doing it, so it's moving to Florida is the new black. And there's lots of reasons why you can and why you should, and advantages to doing it as well. The fact that Disney World's like right over there doesn't hurt either. Brian Holt just purchased Tom's book. Thanks to the amazing interview with him on the show. Brian, thank you. I know Tom, thank you. He emailed me, and he saw a spike in sales after the show went live, and that's exactly what we love seeing. So Stuart Sternberg can't wait to move closer to the mouse. I can't wait for you to move closer because Jimmy Stiles says if anybody's thinking about moving here, do it. You know what movie? Anybody know what movie that's from? Do it. Tell me, what movie is that from? Do it. Dave Rashoni says Lisa Donato Glasser and Tony Caggiano did it. Wait, Tony Caggiano moved here? Pack up. We're moving. We're out of here. We're going back to Jersey if Tony's here, because now there's nowhere to bring the meats and cheeses. So, it is. It's still it's the best thing that we ever did. Again, Disney World being close by is a benefit, but it's not the only reason to move here, if that makes any sense. So, the first step to moving to Florida is to do the Disney College program. Steve Williams said, if I can find a job, come on down, Steve. The water's warm. I won't be moving there, obviously tied to the diocese, but I'm thinking of getting a condo. Any insights on that would be helpful. Yeah, Father Christopher, you can always reach out to me too, and I'm happy to help you even offline. The best advice I could give you is put a pin in the map where Scott Otis lives. Give yourself a good 20-mile radius and just stay outside that bubble. It just, I just trust me on that. Josh says, love living in Florida. 8 years been here. I've been here. Gosh, I have been here. I moved to Naples in 2007. So now I'm coming up on 9 years of being here, and I love it, and I love it. So Keith question says, you mean like the 8 inches of snow we're now getting in the north? Oh man, I don't. Look at you, Scott McLean, getting Starsky and Hutch. Bravo, brother. Bravo. Hoping to eventually be a snowbird. The weather's killing me, says Eileen Barton. Barton, where do you live? Only 20 miles, Scott? Yes. Michael Ruffin, congratulations on your 1-year anniversary of being a Floridian. Is it not the best move you've ever made? Jerry Applegate, 22 years. That almost makes you a native of Florida, being here that long. Sally Bercier? Sally says, where in New Jersey are you from? I grew up in Plainfield, Central Jersey, and I lived in Edison and Scotch Plains, which is where I eventually moved from to get down here. Brett Meeks, 12 years in Florida. I remember, Brett, I think I met you guys right before you moved. I want to say I met you guys, like, has it been that long? Have I known you guys that long? Maybe right after you guys had moved? It's funny. I was talking to people at the conference I was just at and saying how long I've been doing this it's funny meeting people who are just getting into things like podcasting. And I say that I'm in my 13th year. This is the first time I went to a conference and I felt like the old man in the room, not the old man in the sea. I felt like the old man in the room because, all these young kids and their fancy schmancy little podcasts. Sally from Point Pleasant. My mom still has a house in Point Pleasant Beach. House got finished and we moved. So I do miss the boardwalk. I'll take my glasses off for effect. I miss the boardwalk and a really good steak sandwich and a sausage and pepper sandwich and the boardwalk fries with not just the salt that they drench all over it, but the salt from the salt air. There's something about that, and they haven't changed the oil in like 40 years. Oh my gosh. I just want to go back to Jersey just to walk down the boardwalk and eat. Keith, why did I not know or remember that you're from South Amboy? How did I know you were from South Amboy? Oh my gosh, we have to talk about the Amboys. The South Amboys, the Perth Amboys, Amboy Cinema, Route 1, all that kind of stuff. Nathan's Fries, Maria Raboli. I miss Nathan's Fries desperately. When I was a kid, we used to go to my grandmother's house every Sunday in Brooklyn because that's what Italians do. And we would eat our fat faces off. We would leave with food in containers and Tupperwares. And my dad, I'm going to cry. My dad would drive to Coney Island and it would be like 10 o'clock at night. I had school the next morning, like my brother and my mom. My dad would drive to Coney Island and we would get Nathan's Fries and we would just stand there at the counter and eat them or eat them in the car. I mean, the car just stunk of Nathan's Fries. And I miss those. Obviously I miss my dad, but I miss the Nathan's Fries. So, Christine grew up in Brick, spent all that time on the Point Pleasant Boardwalk. Yeah, because there was something more family friendly about the Point Pleasant Boardwalk, than there was about going to Sleeside Heights. So, skee ball at Jenks, the tiki bar, the miniature golf, the food. Eric once went back to South Jersey just for a Jim's cheesesteak and crab fries, right? I want to go back to Jersey, and this is what I did the last time I was there. I literally just did a food tour. I had a pork roll, egg and cheese. I had Dunkin' Donuts. I had a steak sandwich. When I went to Philly, I spoke in Philly. Is Dom here tonight? Dom, if you're here, I went to go speak to a school up in the Philadelphia area, and I built actually extra time into my returning flight so we can go down to Philly to South Street, and we had Pat's and Gino. I couldn't have one or the other. You had to get both Pat's and Gino's. And then we had something from one of the other cheesesteak places too. Although I didn't get down to Overbrook, where our old fraternity house used to be, Sigma Nu, by the way. tiny little, it was like the size of this office. It was a tiny little dump. But at 4 o'clock in the morning, man, that lady made the best, she made the best cheesesteaks in the world. So, Seaside oh my God, Sawmill Pizza. Man, many nights I found my way, and that was a deliberate term. I found my way to Sawmill. Wildwood meatball hoagies in Wildwood. Alberto was raised in Coney Island. Joviality Old Bay seasoning. Taylor ham, also known as pork roll, egg and cheese, on a hard roll with salt, pepper, ketchup. Man, beach pizza. Yeah, but William, there's something about that salt air that just made oh my God, Steve Williams, Tiki Bar, Martell's. Oh my gosh, I still remember. Well, anyway, I actually spent more time, I think, in the arcades than I did in the bars. But I do miss a really good. I miss a good cheesesteak. I miss good fries. What was the ice cream place? Was it Cole's? It was white and blue. I think it was cold. Mark Thompson, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. Joseph Breton, Cape May. Cape May, I spent a weekend in Cape May once, which sounds like the first line of a book. But food was wonderful. Tricia lives in Point Borough. Yeah, my mom still lives by Point Pleasant Beach. So, am I moving back to Jersey? Sally, now that I've heard that Tony Caggiano has moved to Florida, yes, I'm going to move back to New Jersey. I cannot be, I mean, by law and by court order, I can't be within 50 miles of him anyway. So, Maria Raboli, when you come down, that New York bagels, they don't know, I don't know what's wrong with, listen, and understand what I mean by this, as an Italian who has made the move, there are so many Italians and Jews that have made the move from the Northeast to Florida. Like, this is just where we all migrate. You would think that there'd be a really good Jewish deli, an Italian meat and pork store. I got nothing. You say the word bialy down here, they think that you're speaking Klingon. Pork roll, they know not of it. A knish, it's foreign to them. So those are the nice things that those are the things that Core Brothers. That's it. It was Core Brothers. Cape May Lobster House, Spring Lake Heights. Ay, Dios mío. Hoffman's Ice Cream in Point Pleasant Beach. Oh, let me tell you something. Where is it? Keith, I miss White Castle something fierce. Like, that's how I got this sexy body. But man, late night White Castle, you order like 10 cheeseburgers, a large fry, an onion ring, and a drink, and you just sit there after going to Hunka Munka Ballroom or Club 33 or Club Abyss or Club 35, and that's what you did. And you just did, man. So, and they don't have that down here. So they don't have any, they don't have any of those good delis and stuff like that here. So John Jones, I am actually a Sigma Nu Kappa Zeta 120 from, how did I just remember that? Kappa Zeta 120 from Villanova University. So when I see you, I think I remember the secret handshake. And I actually have my book in here somewhere. Again, in the archives that I can't seem to find. So, Keith says I have 3 within digestion distance from him. So, yeah, I do. Jerry Applegate, yeah, man, I miss me some white. And you can't go to Publix and buy them frozen. It's not the same thing. It's you just can't do that. Eileen, could you imagine if they had a real Jewish deli? I don't mean a chain. I don't want none of that. I want like a real Jewish deli around here. I don't even want, you know what? I don't even want it in Disney. I don't want it in Disney. I want it to be outside in like my neighborhood, the little shopping mall down the street. Like that would be the perfect place for it. That's where it needs to be. So, a little fish and chip stand. Terry misses all that Jersey and Bronx food. Yeah, it's all I miss. Is that a hangry frame behind me? It is. This was a gift from my kids, and it says hangry. Crystal is nowhere near as good White Castle. They shouldn't even be in the same conversation. They shouldn't be in the same sentence, Steve Williams, because that's how different they are. Christine says, I'll send you some bagels. I will hold you to that. There's actually a place here that imports their bagels from New York, but there's nothing like getting them fresh. So we actually, I don't know if I've ever said this, we actually used to own a bagel store. My parents owned a bagel store. I worked there throughout high school and part of college. And there's nothing like those fresh, warm bagels in the morning with a nice smear of cream cheese or little you toast. Okay. You toast an onion or an everything bagel, really, really dark, with a nice smear of chive cream cheese, a good cup of like Jersey coffee. Man, that right there. Or you could also make it a pork roll, egg, and cheese if you just want to go to town. Trisha, I actually have in my closet, thanks to somebody here in the box who sent me a Ruts Hut t-shirt. And I wasn't going to wear it on the show because I didn't think anybody would know, anybody else would know what Ruts Hut would be. Father Christopher says, I prefer crystals. Father, listen, Padre, there's doing White Castle and then there's doing White Castle right. You need to go with the right people, have the full White Castle experience. So hopefully one of these days we will be in the situation where it'll be 12 o'clock at night. There'll be a White Castle. Maybe we'll be on Route 9 in Edison, New Jersey. I will take you to White Castle. I will order you 10 or 12, however you roll, brother. And we'll do White Castle right. You can't just do one like in an afternoon. That's not it. You got to get the full White Castle experience. So, Jimmy Styles needs to get him some chicken rings. Oh my gosh. Because we all know, excuse me, chicken clearly comes in circular form. The best is a Sonic Chicago style hot dog. And if you go, what is it, between 1 and 3, aren't all the drinks like half price? You get the Sonic, it's not a Sonic Shake. What's the frozen drink thing? Chicken rings. God, I forgot about those. The White Castle on Route 17 in Rutherford, New Jersey. I will not tell stories about going to visit Olga in that area but anyway, the White Castle 10-pack from Safeway is not, Becky, that is not the right way to do it. And for all those times that you've been to the Northeast and none of your so-called friends has taken you to White Castle, I'd question the veracity and the scope and the breadth and the depth of their friendship, because that really would have been the first place I would have taken you. Maybe the second place I would have taken you. But Daniel said In-N-Out tonight for dinner. Totally a West Coast thing. I do like me some Five. I like Five Guys better than Whataburger. Much better than Steak and Shake, by the way. I know we're not. Becky, did we go to? No, where did we go? Oh, but wait a minute. You know why we didn't go to Five? You know why we didn't go to White Castle? Because I took you to a diner. Didn't we go to the diner that morning after the Jersey meat? I was skinny Lou back then too. I wasn't nearly as hungry as I am now. So, Maria Riboli, not only is there a Waffle House, but there's a Waffle House like a short stone's throw from Disney. Like late night, Maria, we're going to bond. If you tell me that you were a late night Waffle House gal, I will buy you your first 25-cent cup of coffee. Because not everybody digs the Waffle House the way I love me some Waffle House. BurgerFi, Jimmy, you're right about BurgerFi. Of course, it's so far away on the other side of town. Maria's never been to she's never been to Waffle House. Oh, the things, Maria Riboli, that I need to teach you when you get down here. When in Vegas, you want a burger, go to a Gordon Ramsay burger. Look at Marla Chan coming in with the Gordon Ramsay. Harold's Deli in Edison, New Jersey. That's it, man. If we're talking about the same place, Harold's Deli, the sandwiches are like yay high and they yay big. My goodness. Steve Williams, Waffle House is right by Disney Springs. If you take Buena Vista Drive all the way to the end, make a little right, Waffle House is right there. It's right in between the Crossroads and the Mary Queen of the Universe Shrine. That's Waffle House is like dead center in the middle. So you do a little shopping, and then there's also the outlets and stuff are down there, but it's good stuff. Wait a minute. Lou's Food Podcast has a Disney problem. It's funny because it's true. How am I always so hungry? I have no idea. I really should work out. So yeah, Steve Williams, when you come down, we will make it happen. Deluxe Burger in Disney Springs. I agree, Kyle Ann. There is a best burger or top 10 burger in Walt Disney World show coming up. So, um, Mark Thompson says, I've slept in that Waffle House parking lot a few times. I don't know if I want to hear that story in this car. I'm curious as to why. So, do you have Bear Burger? I've never heard of Bear Burger. In Georgia, there's a Waffle House on every major highway. Sometimes exactly. Like if you drive to Florida and you don't hit at least 17 Waffle Houses, you went the wrong way. When we drove down here on that oh so infamous one-way trip, when we moved to Florida, we stopped at Waffle House twice. I would have stopped more, but my kids just didn't want to. So, let me see. I have not eaten at a Wahlburgers yet. Colin says, I hope that the Plaza Burger and guys are pointing out that Colin Kendall, you'd be very surprised at how many different burgers are on the list. I am going to totally plug away. Clearly, because I picked this picture, that's the lobster thermidor burger at the Grand Floridian Cafe. I almost single-handedly bumped that from the list because there's a few other ones that I like equally, maybe more. Although that's the second one. If you read the article, that's the second burger that was on the list. So, Jay, when you were driving to Florida, we used to live in Waffle Houses. So my family, we did not fly anywhere. We drove. So in all the years that I had been going with my family, I probably ate Waffle House. About 632 times. We ate at Waffle House a lot. So, it's been a long time since I've done Waffle House. Not really since I lived in. So, Steve Williams, come on down. We'll do breakfast at Waffle House on me because it's cheap too. Coffee, I think coffee is still a quarter or like 50 cents. And they're going to the pass holder event Saturday at Disney Springs. I don't even know what the pass holder event in Disney Springs on Saturday is. I didn't get the update. I don't know where I'm going to be on Saturday. I don't even know where I'm going to be tomorrow. Who am I kidding? So, wow, is it almost 9 o'clock already? Man, time flies. When people ask me during my presentation this past week how long my live broadcasts usually go each week, and I told them, hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. They're like, what are you talking about for 2 hours? Like, who else is in the room with you? And I'm like, no, just me, it's us. Julian, is it the shopping? I have no idea. I don't know if there's a shopping event and I'm not going. What? I like shopping. Shopping is my favorite. I like smiling. Lou, are you doing 20 questions soon? You guys want to do all right, we'll do 20 questions. Let me think about, oh my goodness. Let me think about what or where I want this 20 questions to be, because I actually do have, I pulled prizes. I pulled prizes for you guys. Winnie the Pooh, have a seat right here, right next to my Star Trek communicator. Let's see. Waffle House by Disney Springs, interesting parking lot. You can get your fortune told. 3 theme park tickets and 5 T-shirts for $10. Tim Moore, you are honored. It's funny because it's true. All right, let me think about what something that I want you that will make the 20 questions about. Let me see what we should do for 20 questions for a prize package or packages. Interesting. You're going to tell us about the next podcast. Melanie Jones, I can't. Box people are more committed than everyone else's audience. That's 100% right, Colin. Not should be committed, but you are committed, which is one of the reasons why I love you people so very much. Martin, I'm going to go quickly because I know you have got to get to sleep. Cracker Barrel was your family stop. We have one around here. Nice for Sunday morning after church breakfast brunch kind of thing. All right, let me think of, let's see. All right. This is the way it works. If you've never played before, to quote a famous line from a favorite song, this is how we do it. I will take 20-ish. Who am I kidding? I'll take an infinite number of yes or no questions. Not yet. Wait. About a person, place, thing, character, food item, restaurant, attraction, extinct, current, what it could be anything that is within the confines of, and I want to be clear, anything that's within the confines of Walt Disney World property. So I have a tendency, I can sometimes get a little creative. I will take yes or no questions until you guys get it right. Lon Smart, man. Holy cow, brother. I haven't seen you in ages, man. We've got to do coffee or something one of these days. It's been a long time since I've seen you. So anyway, I will take 20, and listen, the comments go by fast. I try and go as Scott, you're playing the game wrong. The first person that I see that gets it correct will win that. And I'm not going to should I tell you what it is? I have not one, but two mystery prize packages for you. I will give you a choice. To the winner, you can choose prize package number 1 or prize package number 2. Whatever's in it is yours. So that's it. Those are the rules. The rules are there ain't no rules except it's 20 questions, yes or no. I will respond to them as I see them. The first person that I see that gets it correct will get a chance to choose from what's behind bag number 1 or what's behind bag number 2. With that, I have the name of this person, place, thing, extinct, not whatever it is, right here. So with that, game on. Ready, player one. Go. Lisa, it is not a Moroccan muumuu, although there might be one behind that door. I'm not going to even bother. Is it a baby Sumatran tiger? No. Is it at a park? Yes. Is it food related? Yes. Is it Main Street Bakery? No. Is it in Epcot? Yes. Is it only in Florida? Yes. Is it a character? No. Is it an attraction? Yes. Is it a Star Wars character? No. Is it a Tomorrowland bathroom? No. Is it food? No. It's not Boathouse. Is it in a park? Yes. Is it an attraction? Yes. Is it in Epcot? Yes. So start paying attention to where we are. Is it bigger than a toaster? Yes. Is it the road to Waffle House? No, but I wish it was. Is it a food item? No. Is it Nutella waffle? No, but I would love one of those right now. I with a nice cup of hot tea. Is it in future? What? Is it in future? I think you mean Future World. Yes. Is it a restaurant? No. It isn't a theme park. It's not Test Track. It's not Tokyo Dining. Is it not? It's not Frozen. It's not Norway. It's not Illuminations. It's not Soarin'. Is it in World Showcase? No. Is it in Future World? Yes. Let me see. Is it in the countries? No. We have a winner. Holy smokes. We have a winner already. I don't know how you pulled it out, but Ricky DJ Techno and Reed, it is in fact the Kitchen Cabaret. Veggie, fruit, veggie, fruit. How did you get that so fast? Holy smokes. Yeah, I mean, you didn't even, so Lisa said, does it still exist? It does not. Kitchen Cabaret. Look at you, Ricky DJ Techno and Reed. Bravo to you, brother. I was not, I was like, this is going to be a hard one. Nobody's going to get this. And I see somebody else just got it too. A third person just got it. I have got to start making these much, much, much more difficult. Clearly, you guys are way smarter than, not that I was giving you credit for it, but you're way smarter and way faster, or you just know that you said it was food related and an attraction. So there you go. Well, all right, brother. So you now have a choice. And to quote a line from a famous old knight, you need to choose wisely. You can choose mystery prize package number 1 or mystery prize package number 2. There are no hints as to what is in each, but I'm just going to look for your response. Just give me a 1 or give me a 2, and you will win whatever is in there. Bravo. It is not Melanie Jones. It is not Moo Moo number 1. It is not Moo Moo number 1. So number 2. So you choose. This was number 1. We'll put number 1 to the side for future. This is what is in prize package. I don't even remember what is in here. So, but I think it's hungry because I hear it meowing. So let's see. These are in no particular order. Oh, now I know what's in here. You have a Haunted Mansion Tsum Tsum. You have a Hitchhiking Ghost Tsum Tsum. Or This Is Me, just moments after eating Waffle House. In alignment with that same theme, you also win a pair of Madame Leota. You can't really see, but they're sort of holographic, like, ears. So you've got your Haunted Mansion theme going there. The Haunted Mansion theme will continue because I'm assuming that your other car, or hopefully your other car, is in fact a Doom Buggy. But wait, there's more. So this might seem like a stupid gift, but I will tell you this is not available in stores. In fact, you cannot buy this anywhere anymore. I'm so building up to this. It's not going to be as impressive. But this is one of the last remaining copies of my very first Walt Disney World trivia book, which, if you like, I'd be happy to sign for you, or if you prefer to just sell it on eBay, I could make it out to Dear Random eBay Winner. And, wait, there's more. There's more? There's one more thing. Also, not available in stores or anywhere. And I hope that this is, if this does not work for you, I will replace this gift with something else. But I had a very, very limited number of these made, and I want to give it to you. It is actually a WDW Radio light up t-shirt. So you can't see it here because I don't have any batteries in it, but the logo, it looks awesome at night. The logo actually lights up and it blinks and it dances and it goes through all these different types of lighted sequences. So I will send you that. Tell me send me your address, send me your shirt size. If I don't have the right size for you, I don't think I can't get these made as a one-off, but I will send you something else to make up for it. So Ricky DJ Technoid Re, let me write this down. I don't need to write it down. I know who you are. That is your prize package. I hope that you enjoy it. If you played this week and didn't win, that's okay, because next week will be your next chance to enter in that week's 20-question Walt Disney World somewhat food-related challenge. So there you go. Mike says, I'm kind of surprised it wasn't full of a Boathouse napkin, a Boathouse menu, Boathouse silverware, all the things that I have actually in my private stash down the street. So there you go, man. Thank you very much for playing. You clearly know me well, being able to guess that so very quickly. So I will put this in here for you. Oh, wait a minute. There's something else in here too. Oh, there is. I had thrown a WDW Radio. It's not Christmas time, but I threw in a WDW Radio Christmas ornament in there as well for you. So it's like Mary Poppins carpet bag. It just sort of keeps going on and on. So send me your address, and I will send it out to you as quickly as I can, and then send me your shirt size as well. Because you want a pop? I'll throw a pop socket in there too. Why not? So. Now, don't forget, too, I have another bag. Full. This one's full of mystery prizes, but I think we should why don't we save that for next week? Because who knows what I might pull out of. And Kristen, yes, if you send me your book, I'm happy to, sign it for you. So, Jeremiah, I just read this quickly. I thought it said first time on the show, it will be my last. I'm happy it won't be your last More WDW, if you're making the cold Alaska winter easier. Maybe I'll see you when we're up in Alaska. Scott Otis wants a pop socket. If you get out of my bushes, I will give you a pop socket next time that I see you. One real quick. Pierogi. So Ashley Bellis, a good friend, a very, very close friend of mine, is Polish, and she and her mom used to make homemade pierogies. Man, there ain't nothing like it. There ain't nothing like it. So I will save that prize, the second mystery prize package, for next week. And maybe I will add another one, and we'll do the same. And I'll give you a chance to choose one of the two. There might even be some. Maybe I'll pull something from the shelf. Maybe I'll pull something from the closet. Maybe I'll pull something from the archives in the garage. And you never know. You never know what might be in there. Maybe I'll pull another shirt from the WDW Radio shirt store. So again, if you haven't been there before, I have a whole bunch of different designs from Disney and Marvel and logo stuff as well. Those are available at www.com/shirts. Sometimes I just go in and I'll buy a couple, and I will maybe I'll have those as prizes as well. One of my favorites is that Black Panther. I don't know if you can see it right in the middle, the Black Panther Lion King one. I dig that. I think I have to order one of those for myself. Becky says, yeah, pull out that whiteboard. You mean that whiteboard right there? It's funny because if I turn the camera, Becky, it's so close. Like, you're getting so much closer to the whiteboard. But there you go. So give out the loot bag you sent me. It's awesome. No, Don, man, that was just for you, buddy. That was all for you. So Maria says, that place is dangerous. Got me a Star Wars t-shirt for April. Yeah, they got some really talented designers, some really cool curated stuff in there. So what did I forget? Probably nothing. First and foremost, guys, please do not forget, if you're not part of the family and the community already, to go to www.com/boxpeople. That's really where all the conversations I want to take place, not just about the show and the news, but anything that you guys want to talk about. And more importantly, I'd love for you to invite your friends. I don't want to, and I never have, I don't want to place ads and try and I want people to be in there because they are like-minded. They want to be part of this community and this family. Don't forget, too, you can tune in to the interview with Disney legend Tom Nabby. And even better yet, I got to spend an entire wonderful, delicious day with Becky Menken, and we recorded listener email live together. Thanks everybody again for all the love on the People magazine article. If you see it, when you read it, I would love for you to share it with your friends as well. That is the first in a series of articles I'm going to be doing for the magazine. So definitely please tune into that. Thanks as always. Becky, I'll give you double logo love. How's that? Thanks as always. Watch this. I'll even do this for you if I can figure out how to do it. Look, how's that? As always, Becky Menken from Mouse. Now that's too much. Becky Menken from Mouse Fan Travel. Go check them out no matter where you are going in the world. It doesn't have to be a Disney destination. They will be able to help you guys out. Thanks again to you for being part of this family. You allowed and empowered me to go and talk about what you do when I spoke last week out in San Diego. Thanks to all of you, by the way, who came out to the meetup that we did at the Hilton, the Hyatt. I don't even know where it was. A couple of you guys drove out like 2.5 hours, and I really do appreciate it. Got lots of good, fun stuff coming down the pike. For those of you who are interested in momentum, you may want to start paying attention very, very quickly. Becky Menken, I'll put one back up there. How's that? I can't put them both in, but I'll put one of them back up there, all just for you. What else? What am I forgetting? I think that's it. Finally, and most importantly, and the glasses come off because I mean it, I love you guys. And that is it. If you know me, that is not a word I throw around lightly, but I am grateful every single day for the blessings and the gift that you give me with your love, your time, your attention, your friendship, your support, the sharing of everything that we do. Again, you guys have built an amazing family, and I am fortunate and grateful and blessed just to pay witness to what you guys have done and what you guys have built. So I and my friend Winnie the Pooh and my Star Trek communicator and Spider-Man and all the other nerdy stuff, that I have behind me. Hopes that you have your very best week ever. I may or may not be live from the parks this weekend, so stay tuned over the next couple of days, possibly even tomorrow morning, maybe. If I get done what I need to get done, I just might. So again, thank you guys so very much. I hope you have a wonderful week, and until next time, see ya. This is where I'm supposed to have my graphic already queued up, and I just can't see. So this is just the way it happens when you do it this way. Let me see. Bye. Hey, stop it.